Hi, Internet. Welcome to the That's a Thing podcast, episode .02.
I thought it was called Ain't That a Thing?
No, it's just That's a Thing. Because then it goes to TAT. It's a good acronym. Anyway, my name is Kevin Brown, known as Raylith on the Internet. Who are you?
I am Drew Edwards, known as Drew or False on the Internet.
Cool. No, that's how we do it. That's how it works.
Get that influencer culture.
Yeah, and the format is constantly evolving and constantly changing. That's why I'm in the points, because if I was getting into the actual episodes, then I'd have to worry about it. But for now, I don't. I hope it's still recording. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's just my screen going off. Well, this is part of the journey.
And I'm only here because Kevin's not narcissistic enough to talk into a void for 15 minutes weekly.
Actually, I am. That's the backup plan. If this recording messes up, if it just dies, then I'm just going to be yelling 15 minutes about SCPs. That's the backup plan. That is the emergency break glass on the window. Is just talk about SCPs for 15 minutes. Listen, there's like 5,000 of them. I'm good to go. I got 5,000 things to break. Anyway, the format is changing slightly. I'm not always going to be doing the news and what my week's been up to, because honestly, my week doesn't change that much, and there's no news. I mean, no, like, nerd news. If you want real news, watch the real news. Do not get your information here. This is not the place to get world news.
What about weekly world news?
Yes, it is the place to get things about ghosts, specters, and Batboy.
Good. I was worried you weren't going to bring it up.
No, Batboy, 100%. We will have Batboy updates. I need to get a drink. I'm waiting for Drew to talk so I can.
So I guess this is first instance of Batboy Watch.
Yeah.
Still no sightings of Batboy.
Oh, SCP Batboy on the loose. Whatever. So, this week's topic, as you can see from the title of the video, is going to be about graphic tees and nerd shirts. And I want to talk about it because I'm very conflicted about graphic tees and nerd shirts. Mainly because as an internet person, eventually you will have to make a graphic tee and or nerd shirts, but I kind of hate graphic tees and nerd shirts. Drew, how do you feel about graphic tees and nerd shirts?
I agree with the idea that graphic tees are bad, but as an internet person, you don't have to make a graphic tee, you just have to make merch.
Yeah.
And that means, you can make some nice little Data Thing or Target Combo keychains or beanies, or the king of them all, hockey jerseys.
Oh yeah, okay, that's valid. But it's just like, I stopped wearing nerd t-shirts around college. Well, I mean, I stopped buying them. I still would wear them because I'm lazy, and I would have a shirt, and it would have like the Goku on it, and I didn't have any other shirts that were clean, so I didn't care. I would go into school wearing my Goku shirt, was just like 10, 12 years ago at this point.
And it's the point of college where it's like, I don't know any of these people I see.
And I think that's the point. Like, there's a time, I feel, in your life where the nerd shirt is valid. And that point is when you are basically going, if you're in a college or around other people, strangers, as a point of signifier of, hey, you can talk to me about something. And I don't mean like Screenwave Goku. Like, my example was, if I'm wearing a Team Spooky t-shirt, like, it's not obvious. It still looks like a decent t-shirt, but if I'm wearing that and you're in class with me and you look and you see, okay, that guy's wearing the Team Spooky shirt, I can talk to him about something.
But then you get into the crippling anxiety problem of being like, well, I'm sure we could be friends, but I'm not going to talk to him.
That's a whole nother issue. That's a whole other issue, because I feel like when you're doing this sort of thing, when you're wearing that shirt, there's levels of the shirt, and I always feel like a good nerd shirt is somewhat subtle.
Yes. No, it's you don't want a huge Pokeball on the front with Pikachu and Ash and all that. You want like a Mewtwo silhouette on the breast.
Yeah, like, or it's the idea where it's like the production art just like plastered on a white t-shirt. Like, I remember back in the day, there's always there's like two levels of Pokemon art. There's the kind where it looks like it was like Japan, and then there's the kind where it looks like it's the how to draw manga version of it.
For sure.
And in some of those, it's like, yep, here's how to draw manga Pikachu with the words Pokemon on it. And I had a shirt like that, and I wore it proudly. That's probably why 6th grade was a rough time.
But also that gets back into, not that, I mean the earlier topic of saying the identifier. It's like, it doesn't have to be a T to do it. That's just the loudest and like easiest way to do it, because that's what everything's aimed towards. But the same way, like, you go abroad and you see Canadians just have a maple leaf on their bags.
Yeah.
You can just have like your keychain on your backpack. You can have like less like brass and loud shit.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, try not to. Oh, try not to. If it happens, it happens. And it's mainly, and this is meta talk, because I'm trying to stretch. Because I want the podcast to mostly be positive. Like, I don't want to hate on people.
Well, hold on. You want the podcast to be positive.
Yes.
So the first episode.
Yes.
Okay, the 0.2 episode is just dumping on graphic tees.
Listen, graphic tees aren't people. Like, here's the thing. Well, I'm okay with making fun of people that, well, not people, but things. Like I made fun of Super Smash Brothers players. That's okay. That's not a person.
I tweeted today making fun of Melee.
Yeah, that's not a person. You can make, but like, in general, I want to try to stay positive and try not to curse, because I feel like if you don't curse, it makes your vocabulary more creative.
It's more restrictions and pledges.
Yeah, we're huntering it. Or you're going and you're trying to be like, listen, I need, like, if I can swear, all of my vocabulary sounds the same. But if I have to be creative and think of some kind of thing, then you start talking like a 3rd grader, and it makes you sound hilarious when you're talking about like doo-doo butt cheeks.
All right, so only be sweary when we're talking about deadly premonition.
Yes, that's the only sweary allowed, is sweary 69. I keep thinking he's sweary 69.
No.
Okay.
He's PG.
Okay, yeah, we got to keep it. No sex number here. But yeah, that's the point. But it's like, because have you ever had any bad points when you were made fun of for a t-shirt you were wearing?
No.
Because this is part of the reason why I wanted to do this, because I have a vivid memory of me in 2nd grade, and I had a t-shirt of the Power Rangers. It was like the Red Ranger, because he was my favorite.
That's a Super Sentai if you're weebs.
Oh God, these people, oh no. Oh no. Now you're making me, okay, so back 20 plus years ago, when I was 8, I was wearing a t-shirt of Henry Saban, I think, Saban's Power Rangers. Oh, not the
Mighty Morphin
Power Rangers. So I had a t-shirt of them. And I distinctly remember going into my 3rd grade class with my Red Ranger t-shirt, and a kid looking at me and saying, "Ha ha, you like Power Rangers." And I know that's not even like an insult. It's basically a statement of fact, because yes, I did like Power Rangers, and I was wearing a Power Ranger t-shirt. But that made me almost cry. Because it was like, no, but it's like,
it's an attack on like a deeply cherished thing.
It's the weirdest kind of insult that still kind of gets me, where it's a statement of fact, but it's not
It's a
even.
negative connotation.
Yeah, it's like.
Pure and distilled insult.
Yeah, it's there's not even like you can't deny it.
It's just your reality is bad.
Yeah, and that was what the child did to me. And from that point, I was always wary about wearing a shirt with a nerd stuff on it. Like, I don't think I did until anime happened, and then I was like, anime though. Yeah, anime's cool.
Maybe not, but have you seen the quality of this silk shirt?
Yeah, like, dude, I have a screen printed Goku on.
Yeah, it's got a collar. It's a nice shirt.
Goku's cool. And then I would go to school, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, no, I remember, and like, man, those shirts were expensive. Like, they're like $20. Like, that's what I remember about those shirts.
So that's the thing about why I don't wear many nerd shirts when I'm an adult, is because, like in real life, I mostly, like, in the comic, I draw myself usually wearing like a monocolor t-shirt or a sweatshirt.
It's pretty accurate. You put some stripes on there, and it's more accurate.
Well, that's the ones I currently have.
But that's more work.
I buy the cheapest like t-shirt, and usually it's just like, I could spend $20 on like a pretty cool like Dark Souls shirt. Actually, there are no cool Dark Souls shirts, but like on something like that.
This is a hypothetical. There could hypothetically be one.
Okay, I could go to like Fangamer and buy one of their cool Undertale t-shirts that are very nicely made and like $25. But our $25 could be like 3 red t-shirts and I'm done.
Yep.
And that's the issue, where I feel like, and maybe it's just my personal like life, where it's just I've gotten to the age where it's like, nah, it doesn't matter anymore, or maybe it's just okay. So here's an experience I had going clothes shopping, and it was bizarre. So I went clothes shopping, and there was just, in the adult section, tons of t-shirts for like Spider-Man, like all the Marvel shirts,
Yep.
and all of like the popular movies and like video games. And all I could think of when I was walking by those was like, man, I didn't have these when I was a kid. Like, when I was a kid, that Power Rangers shirt was lucky, and that's why I was proud to wear it.
Yeah.
Because most of them were like,
digging for scraps.
oh, it was the bargain basement.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to one of those weird t-shirt places that was probably like downloading JPEGs and then screen printing them on a white t-shirt, which is basically what people do now. But
Yeah, but they actually get quality JPEGs to start with.
oh no, it's an ordeal. You gotta change your JPEG format from I think it's like RBG to like CMYK, because that's the printed format,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
messes with your colors.
Yeah.
I almost swear, but I didn't. So anyway, we're hitting. I thought I would be able to talk more about this. I was not.
Hold up, I had something that was drifting into my consciousness.
Oh no, think about it. We have time.
It's almost...
The internet has time. Listen, what I've known is that apparently 50 people subscribe to this crap. So that, yeah, dude, there's 50 subscribers.
You didn't hear it. I gave Kevin an incredulous look that 50 people would listen. For the record, the Kage episode, I started and got like not even 5 minutes in, and I was like, okay, thumbs down, I'm done.
Good. Like this.
He is my boy. I gave him the engagement, but I also did not lie to people.
I don't expect people to listen to these. This is the Pajama Detective 2, where this joke started off, but unlike that, people like it.
Also, tell it easier.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy. I just ramble. And part of the joy, it's like on the Bombcast, where the best parts of the Bombcast are where they just veer off into left field. So your theme honestly doesn't matter, because it's eventually just going to turn into nonsense.
It's the Seinfeld technology. It's a show about nothing.
It is a show about nothing.
So it's about everything.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's just kind of going off, and you're like, whatever. I also will say that like prime monkey's paw detection material is nerd shirts. For all of you, if you see someone wearing a nerd shirt, they're probably a monkey's paw.
Okay, so I remembered what it was. Going back to like all the graphic tees stuff in the adult section. It's also like the other like sucky part of current nerd culture is that like people can't just let stuff stay for kids.
Yeah.
So, like, all the stuff starts having to be, like, fucking... Sorry, I cursed.
No, that's okay. You're learning.
But,
This is your debut. This is your episode point. The title of this might be called That's a Thing episode .02 Drew episode .0. I think that's a good title. I think I'm gonna have to, because it's so.
Think about it. Put it in brackets.
You know, it's gonna be like, it's dumb.
But like, so you get. I don't want to rag on Star Wars. For the record. For the records, episodes 7 and 8 are fine. They're not good. They're not exceptional. They're not terrible. They are.
That's my opinion on a lot of stuff nowadays.
But like, they can't just be for kids, because like all you children grew up with them. You're like, well, I can't leave this in my childhood. This is with me now. So now they have to like change and mutate while also still trying to retain what the original thing was too. And this isn't just Star Wars and Western culture, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Because apparently now it's okay to be a geek at all ages, and that's fine. But
hold on, you had something there.
Okay.
And I think what you said, you came across were both my disgust, but the important thing here, where it's turned where it's okay to be a geek. That, I think, like, that's the problem. Because, like, no, you should be made fun of for your Power Ranger t-shirt. Like, think about it. Like, that experience is important. Because it basically says, no, don't do that.
You are right, and it's just like, it's still like okay to be a geek. I'm not gonna say it's not, and you should be bullied for doing it. That's absurd. But like, grow up. That's the problem. Like, you're not a child anymore. Grow up, get some self-respecting clothes, button up, collars, just regular t-shirt, doesn't matter.
Listen, you can't go wrong with a monocolored t-shirt and jeans. That is the cash. Like, if you're going outside and you're wearing a monocolored t-shirt and jeans, or in the future where I will bring this up, a stylish Horfo t-shirt. when you're repping the big H.
Hopefully we get Horfo keychains, not Horfo tees.
Horfo's gonna be the merch.
Horfo beanie.
Horfo all the way. It's gonna be classy. It's gonna be like a little subtle, like, silhouette of Horfo.
No,
like
Horfo hockey jersey.
Okay.
Except those are like $100, and I'm not gonna do that to you.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I think it's also kind of weird where it's sports stuff. So right now I'm wearing my hat, my Chicago Blackhawks hat, and think about it, no one cares. I've worn my, and it's weird. Sports are weird. Sports people generally accept it, but usually it's only the hat. Like, most hats have something on it.
For the record, Kevin's a liar, and 2, it is sports are like...
Sports are still nerd stuff.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Sports are like the geek stuff of old.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's just like, so I don't know.
Catch the fever.
It's just, cultural saturation. You see it enough, you get used to it, but it never happened for graphic tees. It never happened for Ugg boots either. If you're a girl listening to this, Ugg boots are the girl graphic tee, along with girl graphic tees.
Nah, but I think, listen. Actually, I can't even defend. I don't care. I just don't. All right, so this is fashion talk. Any other fashion opinions?
I thought your beanie was a Washington Redskins hat.
No,
I apologize for calling Kevin a liar.
Yeah, no. This is it's okay. So that's a whole other problematic thing. The Blackhawks are slightly less racist than the Redskins. But only slightly.
Well, it comes down to the name.
Yeah, that's the key. The Blackhawks are not a slur. I think they were actually named that because it was like a unit in World War II. So it's
Okay.
kind of like, you're like, oh, okay.
Email us if that is incorrect.
No, you're not doing it right.
Don't you
Comment.
dare say it! Do not get that influencer culture in.
Yeah.
Get out.
You get in those comments.
You get
You get in
out.
those comments. Drew can't stop me. Podcast